Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Maxine. And Maxine is from Seabourn Cruises, and we are going to be discussing a specific itinerary that I'm going to be going on in July. And I'm hoping all of you guys can come along with me, or some of you can come along with me. And I'm really excited to talk about it. And it's to Iceland. So I'm just going to turn it over to Maxine because she knows so much about this itinerary. And I'm excited to learn more along with you guys.
Thank you, Kathleen. It's wonderful to connect with you. I am so excited for you to experience the true Seabourn difference. If you are familiar with Seabourn, we are an ultra luxury small ship cruise line. So Seabourn is actually one of the newer brands out there. So the ships are gorgeous. The ships are young and new, and you are sailing on the Ovation. So I know that your cruise is July 23rd. It's 7 days. It's Sunday to Sunday. It's in 2023. So the excitement is building up for sure. So the Ovation, that's a 600 capacity, 600 guest capacity. So it's much smaller. If you've ever thought about cruising, even if you've never been on a cruise before, you might be thinking about ships that are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. We can go all the way up to 6,700 passengers on a cruise ship in the world. But Seabourn is very small. And the benefits of that, well, the primary one, and you're going to see this on this cruise, is the destinations you get to go to.
Yes.
Because it's the small places that the larger ships simply can't get into. They can't follow us there.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So 600 guests. And the other extra, special thing about Seabourn, being in the ultra luxury space, they're all suites. So the space you get to yourself is a balcony suite. It's 100% veranda suites on board. So you're talking over 300 square feet.
Oh, they're beautiful staterooms. I love it. I was actually able to go on a Seabourn cruise last March of 2022, and it was just fabulous. Like it was honestly, the entry level room was about the size of a junior suite on every other cruise line I've ever been on, and yet that's your basic standard room, and it was so nice. It was just beautiful. I love the walk-in closet.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the walk-in closet. You're on this cruise for 7 days, but at the same time, you might have, come in a little early, spend some time in Denmark, stay a little later. We're going to talk about the itinerary. We're finishing in Reykjavik, so you're right in the heart of everything. So you might be packing even more. Plus, of course, on the cruise, you're going to have your daytime adventure, maybe some layers, plus your nighttime. We do have those gala nights on board, 5-star dining. So there's a lot of wardrobe and a walk-in closet, certainly merited.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. It's an amazing room. And it's funny because I was on there and I'm like, I don't know why I'm so wowed by this. It's such a simple feature, but I wish other lines had it. Was when you get up at night and it's dark, an automatic light turns on just below the bed and just illuminates your walk as you're going into the restroom or whatever you needed to get up to get. And I thought, that is a really great touch. And it's so small, but it's so amazing to have that and just be a little bit illuminated, but not enough that you're wide awake. So I really like
It's
that.
so smart.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I just absolutely love the suite. So large amount of space, king bed, balcony room. And then even just as you said, in the washrooms, it's double vanity sinks. It's a separate bathtub from your stand-up glass shower. It's marble, and the amenities. Oh my gosh, the Molten Brown by London exotic fragrances for your shampoos and conditioners and
I got
and
spoiled
body
on those. They're
washes.
great.
Yes. So even if you've never been on a cruise before, Seabourn is such a perfect fit for the fact that you do have that space. So you don't have to grow accustomed to living in smaller quarters. It is this, size of a hotel room.
Yeah.
However, you get more because it's multiple destinations. So you unpack once and you wake up in a new place every day. On Seabourn, because we can go to so many different places, we don't really have a lot of sea days. Now, the nature of this voyage, you are starting in Copenhagen, Denmark, and we even stop in Sweden. And then you have 2 sea days to jump over to Iceland. And then you're staying in Iceland, 3 different ports along the southern coast, moving into the east or the west side, 3 days in Iceland, and then finishing in Reykjavik. So you've picked such a beautiful itinerary.
Yes, I'm excited to do it. It's amazing. It's I've always had Iceland on my list, and since the pandemic, it's one of those things that it's like it's time to get those check marks going. And that's one that as soon as I saw it, I thought that's the one I want to go on. I want to be able to go onto this one and just explore that part of the world that I've always wanted to be to. So it's
It's
exciting to go.
it's the perfect balance,
Mhm.
this cruise itinerary that if you love adventure, you're going to be right at home. Because I mean, Iceland has so much to offer, from glaciers, hot springs, waterfalls, hiking, coastal cliffs, volcanoes, lava fields, lagoons, and national parks. And so you're actually
Mhm.
going to some of these most amazing places that we also know Iceland can be quite expensive.
Right.
And the hotel, it's so vast. The
Mhm.
amount of time you would need to explore Iceland as well as you're going to do on this cruise, to do it on land, there's no comparison. So you have the
Right.
comfort, I call it valet parking,
Mhm.
that, you're actually in four different places across the island of Iceland,
Yes.
that you really do get the breadth of experiences there.
Yeah, I'm very, very much excited about going, as you can tell. But
Mhm.
yeah, and I mean, one thing I was reading about Iceland is a lot of people are like, well, people say, well, you've seen one waterfall, you've seen them all. Not there. They are so unique and so different, and they just take your breath away. And then you stop and you go and see another one, and it's like, oh, that one's super nice too, and that one's great, and it's amazing. And I know that there's some short excursions that can kind of go behind the waterfalls. You can take a little hike back there, get some amazing pictures of that. So definitely bring extra memory cards, people, because you're going to want that.
Oh, that's a great tip indeed. Whether it is photography you're into or adventure, it's suitable for so many different varying levels of activity and, ability. So
Mhm.
that if this has been your dream trip, or you couldn't even imagine getting to Iceland, this is so great to make it accessible to do and see as much or a little as you'd like, and it has that variety. And then you come back on board to the comforts of Seabourn, where everything is all included, right?
Mhm.
So all of your premium wines and cocktails, your fine wines, they're all included.
Yes.
Your Wi-Fi, that's unlimited minutes, the
Mhm.
service. We don't do tipping on board. I find that to be one of the most refreshing factors of Seabourn, is that it's not required, it's not
Right.
added to your bill, but it's
Mhm.
also not expected, because we come from such a place of authenticity.
Right.
And we describe Seabourn as very relaxed and
Mhm.
casual. We really do describe it as casual luxury, where, in modern times, luxury doesn't need to be, black tails and bow ties and
Right.
golden chandeliers. It really
Mhm.
is this warm, inviting, living environment that is very social as well. So you make, lifetime friends with the other passengers and guests on board.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yes, you're right. And you're right about not needing to dress up to the nines. When I went to Earth and Ocean, it's outdoor, it's at
Mm.
the pool deck. It's a very relaxed environment. I just wore a casual sundress. Mind you, I was burnt to a crisp from being in that Southern Caribbean sun. But it was just, it was just a very relaxing atmosphere. And I didn't feel out of place at all with only wearing a simple sundress, and sometimes
I
I've
love that.
other luxury lines where we went to go into the dining room and they stopped some of the people and they're like, you're not wearing your jacket. Please go back and get a jacket, or we have one for you. Even so far as one of them providing a jacket to like a 7-year-old child. And I thought, oh my goodness, this poor kid's in this big jacket and he's going to get it filthy. But it's not like that on Seabourn at all. It's a very relaxed environment. And I really do like that.
Oh, I love that. And,
Yeah.
just thinking about everything being included, it does allow you to socialize with other people. And,
Mhm.
it's not beverage packages. What wine do you want? It's open, open
Mhm.
bar for everyone. There's so many different lounges on board. There's live entertainment every single night. We have 7 different bars and lounges, from the observation lounge, the sky
Mhm.
lounge, the club itself, the grand salon. So I get so many rave reviews and compliments about our entertainment, because sometimes you think smaller ship means less amenities. And our saying is, yacht like mentality with big ship amenities. So it's the best of both worlds there.
It is absolutely. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. Having experienced it just once for myself, I'm sure you've been on more, but I enjoyed it so much. And it was, because of that, there wasn't a different levels of different people. This is my drink package. I
Mhm.
can't have that, and you can. And everybody was on the same level playing field, really. And we were all just able to sit and have a cocktail and get to know some of the guests together, which was really nice.
Well, it's great that you mentioned that because, the way our ships are designed is phenomenal.
Mhm.
Being smaller, you'll find that actually all of the activities, if you will, are at the back of the ship, all of the different lounges and bars and everything. And all of the rooms are, mid to forward, all the suites. About 85% of all of the suites are the same veranda suite. That is the offering for everyone. And then, yes, we do have a handful of premium suites, just
Mhm.
a few of the penthouse, the owner suites, the signature suites, and the winter garden
The
suite. I
winter
believe
garden.
there's
Yes.
one or two of those on board. So you
Mhm.
picked such a great date, July 23rd until July 30th. So, peak summer. So you're getting that beautiful sun, really, late night extended
I know.
hours. And
Yes.
the itineraries, you're typically, you're there all day.
Mhm.
So because you're right in the, key city, whether it's a tiny little town of 400, village of 400 or 200,
Yeah.
or, access points to these national parks, it means that you can really maximize your day, not too long of a travel in each one of those
Mhm.
ports. You're off the ship at 8 a.m. You have so much, adventure that you're ready to come back by 5 p.m. and have your get ready for dinner and share
Mhm.
all of your photos.
Absolutely. And think of sharing your photos. The free Wi-Fi is good for that as well. So you can just upload them and put them right on Instagram right away and share those with your friends who wish that they could come maybe next time. So that's one of the good things that I liked as well. Yeah, and you mentioned staying longer, and I really did enjoy that. And some of the ports, it's late into the night. It's you can come back, have dinner, and then go back out and experience that nightlife and to see some of that. So that's really nice. And then having the smaller ports that the big ships just can't get to, you get that true Iceland experience. It's not going to be North Americanized. It's not going to be, the same souvenirs you see in each shop. It's going to be the real stores. And you're supporting the local people, which is one thing I find really important as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you and I were giggling about trying to pronounce the
Yeah.
names of these Icelandic destinations, but
Mhm.
it's very likely that we could be the only ship in town, so it really does amplify your experience more than even if you were to fly there or go in any other means. So,
Yes.
especially if you're coming from North America, coming from Canada, the
Mhm.
flight home, because it finishes in Reykjavik, is an easier, shorter flight. So, fly into Copenhagen, or if you have other European plans in advance, that's what we love about Europe. You can country hop very, very easily.
Yeah.
Join the ship on the Sunday. So maybe you're flying in Thursday, Friday, spend the
Mhm.
weekend there, join the ship in Copenhagen. We have such a flawless embarkation process. You get straight to your suite. Everything is ready and waiting for you. Remind me to talk about that in-suite mini bar as well that is
Yes.
available for you. And then, the wonderful cruise. The very next morning, you're waking up in Sweden. Like, how
Mhm.
cool is that?
I know.
To
Yes.
not have to do additional trains and planes and unpack
Mhm.
and repack. And then when you're finished in Reykjavik, obviously the opportunity that you can help them with is to extend their stay. We
Yes.
also have partnerships and packages, so
Mhm.
hotel and that kind of thing in Reykjavik. But then the flight back to North America from Reykjavik is shockingly short and
It
easy.
is, and it's usually direct. And I just discovered you can even fly into Hamilton Airport as well, which is nice for me because that's 15 minutes away. So I'm happy with that one. But yeah, it's just amazing to have such a quick direct flight and to be back, back home. But you don't want to rush too much because there's so much to see and do in Iceland. There's that, that ring road that you can see that's really well known in Iceland. And you can just rent a vehicle very easily. They rent camper vans if you're into that, and you can kind of explore and just stop. You can stay at a campground. I think it's about $12 a night. So it's not that expensive to stay longer and experience the area so much more. I mean, you're there, right? How often do you get to go there?
Mhm.
So you're just going to stay and explore it. And one of the things I'm really looking forward to doing as soon as we disembark in Reykjavik is this, I think it's called Silfra. And it's the only place in the world where you can either dive or snorkel between two tectonic plates that have split. And you can actually touch two continents at one point. And it's
Wow.
clear water, freezing cold, which is strange, but crystal clear, beautiful. It was on Amazing Race. So it was one of those, World Heritage Sites. Amazing. And there's just more than just that to see and do. Even in the summer, you can explore the ice caves, you can go through the glaciers. There's so much, it's just phenomenal. And you're there extended for 3, 4, 5 days.
Oh, well, I am so excited for you. This is, it truly is one of those once in a lifetime opportunities. And hey, you get to Iceland, you check that off your list, and then maybe you do come back. Maybe, you fall in love, but it's just such a well-packaged itinerary that's giving you the immersive, authentic Icelandic experience. So perfect balance of, the comforts on board Seabourn and the adventure that awaits in Iceland. Oh, and I was talking about your in-suite bar. Right. Even that's all included. So because every room has the balcony, whether you would like a specific brand of beer, any of your spirits, your Scotch whiskeys, your wines, that is all full bottles prepped for you, ready in the suite. So it really is that treat that all of the touches you might not have even thought of or needed or thought you needed, you just have it. And, it just makes for such a comfortable vacation. So very excited. And I hope that a lot of people are tuning in and interested in it as well.
I know. And that's one of the things that I was surprised at, because I got an email about 2 weeks before our voyage, and it was asking me our beverage preferences to make sure it was there for you. So it was very specialized. It wasn't just when you get on board, okay, what do you want? Let's see what we have. They made sure to have it all for me. And I thought that was kind of a really neat touch. And that's only with Seabourn. And that's one of the things that I just love with Seabourn. It just makes you feel so at home and welcome.
Yeah. And because at the end of July, there are 2 swimming pools on board, and there are 6 whirlpools on board. So that's very popular, because you're getting that perspective, that vantage point to look out in the lands that you're visiting, whether you've already done your adventure for the day and you're coming back in the late afternoon to enjoy it. The ship is your playground as well.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And there's a really nice hot tub right at the front of the ship, which is beautiful for sail away. If you're a little chilly and you want to hop in there, or your legs are sore from hikes, go in there and you can watch sail away as you're heading over to the next port as well. So that's really neat.
Oh, so cool indeed.
Yeah. And the other thing I really liked, and I just quickly looked it up as well, is this is a virtuoso hosting opportunity. So there's some extra amenities that I can offer you guys that you won't be able to get anywhere else. And you have a choice. You can choose between $175 personalized experience credits. You can put that towards a shore excursion, an upgraded shore excursion if you'd like, or anything else. Or you can choose $150 per person shipboard credit to just use at the spa, use anything you want to do. And that's kind of a neat way to do it, because there aren't any dinners that are going to be an upcharge, which I love about Seabourn. So you don't need to worry about that. So this is all pampering for you. So you can definitely choose whatever you'd like. And also I'm going to be hosting a welcome reception, which will probably be the evening of day 2, maybe 3 on board. So we can kind of get to know each other as well. And when I did my last hosting opportunity, I really liked that, because the guests got to meet each other. And then on the next couple of days that I saw, people were talking, having dinner together, because they had that opportunity to connect. And I just love that small ship connecting experience.
Oh, it's the best. Wow. That sounds great.
Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to going, and I hope you guys can come with me. Please reach out to me at info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com, and I will get you all the information you need to get on board as well.
Thanks for having me, Kathleen.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing this fun itinerary with everybody and for coming along. We'll see everybody next week. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast with Maxine from Seabourn Cruises. It was really, really nice to discuss with her this itinerary I'm super excited about going with. And I just cannot wait to go. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm really looking forward to having you guys coming along too. Wouldn't that be so much fun to kind of meet in person and to be able to travel with a travel agent who has learned all of the port stops and knows what to do and what not to do on that port stop? So I would gladly advise you and meet with you. Plus all of the extra onboard credit that you're going to be getting, you can choose $150 per person to spend on whatever you'd like, or you can choose $175 per person to choose an upgraded or a special shore excursion that it's something you've just been having your eye on. Also, in addition to that, there is currently a package that is called the Sweet Life package. So that's 15% off all the prices, and that's only till February 21st. So make sure that you book early for that, because that's something that you're not going to have a long time to get. And I really want you to get the best price possible. And in addition to that, you're going to be getting $300 per person on board credits. So that's $600 per stateroom with that special offer that Seabourn has currently. So we're talking a lot of extra perks and amenities and extra onboard credit. And you get to go to Iceland. So, I mean, it's fantastic. And I'm very, very excited about it. You can always reach me at any time at info@plentysunshinetravel.com, and I can help you get on board. And I just can't wait to meet you in person. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Shane from Virgin Voyages. And I've met Virgin Voyages several times. You can go back and look at all my playlists that are there. But this time I'm meeting with Shane. We have a new business development manager, and this will be the first time that I've met with him. So that's going to be kind of nice and fun. Gonna miss not seeing Danielle, to be honest. I really thoroughly enjoy meeting with Danielle. But I'm going to have the opportunity to meet somebody new. So that should be fun too. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see when we put out new episodes. I try to put them out every Thursday. Sometimes things happen and a bit delayed. My clients will always come first. So if I'm busy doing quotes or talking with my clients or helping them with their travels, sometimes it's a little late to put it out. So make sure that you've subscribed so that you get that notification right away. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next week, and hopefully I'll see you in Iceland. Goodbye, everybody.